Hey everyone, it's Nick with wedoIT. Today I want to discuss how things have been since Kaseya has taken over Datto. And Datto, I've been a customer for a very long time, over 5 years. And I have always used AutoTask, Datto RMM, everything's been great. But I wanted to share my experience with you. Now, I don't know about others, but this is gonna be my experience. To give you some context, in 2021, I did sign a new agreement, new 3-year agreement with Datto for RMM and PSA, and I'm around like $2 an agent or so, somewhere around there, and you know it was a great deal. But so in February 2021, I signed a new deal with Datto, 3-year contract, and during that time, you know, when I was coming up for renewal, I did look at a lot of other platforms, and Kaseya was one of them. I did look at VSA, BMS. I was looking at their stack because I was using IT Glue. I'm like, hey, maybe something to look at. So I looked at it, but from my experience when I was dealing with Kaseya to like get a demo and do that, like one of the things is there was a lot of confusion from the sales side. When I scheduled the demo, the tech didn't even show up. They were trying to find him. There was definitely language barriers. They offshored a lot of this support, the sales team. So I'm not saying that's bad. I just was having a hard time understanding. I was having a hard time understanding why the tech didn't show up. So I ended up not going with Kaseya, of course, because it was just a horrible sales experience. I'm like, hey, if the sales experience is this bad, I can't imagine that it's going to get better when I start using the product, giving them money. It was, they had an onboarding fee. And then they had, it was a relatively expensive product. So I was like, okay, I don't know if I want to spend this much money, and then I'm already having issues not even using the product. I just want to understand what the product is. So I'm no stranger to RMMs and PSAs. So it was going to be a pretty easy sell for me. They just had to show up and deliver, and they didn't do that. So I signed on with Datto, 3-year contract. I have another year left at the time of this video, and so far the experience, it was a little rough at first. And the reason why my experience was a little bit rough is because I had because I'm a customer with IT Glue. I'm a customer with Datto. I have a Datto rep. Prior to the merge, I had a Datto rep, I had an IT Glue rep, and then when they merged, I got a Kaseya rep. So I had 3 reps fighting for my attention: Datto, IT Glue, and Kaseya. And the issue was they were all trying to get the account, and I don't know why. Like, I don't know why they didn't figure this out internally. And I told my Datto rep, because my Datto rep actually was pretty cool, and I still have the same Datto rep I've had for the last few years, and he's been great. Everything's been great. And I'm like, hey, these guys over here harassing me. They want me to do demos. They want to upsell me to Rocket Cyber. They want to do all this stuff, and like, I'm just trying to figure out, like, are you not my account rep anymore? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm your account rep still, but I had to write a letter to Datto saying, hey, I want my same account rep. I don't want to change. So whatever was going on from the sales side, now that we got that cleared up, I'm with my original account rep with Datto. He's been great, been leading the way. He hasn't quit, got fired, or whatever the case is. So he's still been going. He's been doing great, answering my questions, answering my emails, whatever I need. He's been there for me, not harassing me. Sure, he has more access now to, like, if you want to get a different product within the Kaseya umbrella, he can do that now, which is interesting. I haven't signed into any of the products though. I did look at Rocket Cyber, but it didn't sit well with me. And then that's probably a time for another video. But from a Datto experience, now that we got through the account rep stuff, from the Datto side, they have added more integrations into IT Glue. Things have been flowing a lot better because I do use the Datto BCDR. I am RMM customer, PSA, and that was an IT Glue customer prior to moving everything over. So how that's been working, I mean, there was a couple times there was a little bit of downtime here and there, but nothing crazy. I know there's a lot of stories on Reddit for people trying to do different things, but I don't know exactly how true those are. From my experience so far, the Datto RMM and PSA has become a better product over the last few months. They have rolled out a lot of new features. Now I don't know if those features were already in the pipe and they're going to roll them out anyways. I have about probably like 14 more months within my contract right here to see if they're going to be doing anything, with the product. If things really fall downhill, obviously I'm going to be looking for alternatives, so I'm going to keep that in mind. But it's still the same Datto RMM, it's still the same auto task PSA, and still the same integrations with IT Glue. Everything's working, everything's flowing nicely. I really can't complain. They've added some nice new features into Web Remote, such as PowerShell, which is really nice, and a lot of the web features. And then they're going to be putting more IT Glue features into Datto RMM, which I am really looking forward to. So during this time frame, I am, keeping my eye on the ball. I'm very, I am keeping close attention to what is going on with Kaseya, what is going on with Datto, because I am using these products every single day. I am open to alternatives. I don't know what you think below. Let me know how your experience has been below if you're considering moving over here to Kaseya. But so far, my experience has been good. My product has been, and my service side has been good. I haven't had any issues with clients, haven't had any issues not being able to do our jobs internally as an MSP. Our techs haven't had any issues either. So it's definitely very interesting how this has, all come together. I wanted to share my experience. Right now, obviously, I'm still in contract, so I'm going to continue using Datto RMM. I will make more videos on this in the future if things change, or as I get closer to my expiration, let you guys know what I am doing. But I appreciate you taking the time watching this video. As always, stay safe. It's wedoIT.